Hi, friends around the world. I had a new idea. I want to get some feedback to see what you think about a little series I'm thinking about doing. I spent most of the day today driving around, taking the mother in law, going shopping, bringing the wife to work, picking her up from work, going on a couple of my own little errands. I had to pick up some brake pads for the front of the truck. I got a rear indicator that every time I stop it's squealing. So I know I'm probably within the last few hundred miles of my front brake pads. I've been licensed as a commercial driver since 1989, 1990, which means I can get in any vehicle that's under 25,000 pounds, 26,000, something like that, and drive it legally as long as it doesn't have air brakes or over 15 passengers. So I can drive cab, I can drive small dump trucks, I can pretty much get in any vehicle and drive it legally. And as I'm driving around town, I've been noticing a lot of people have some extremely bad driving habits. What I was thinking about doing was doing a series on proper driver training, different things that you should be aware of. I know the laws and driving techniques are going to be different around the world, even from state to state. And what I was thinking about doing was doing a series of, the first one would be getting proper driving training. The second one of knowing things about your vehicle, how to do maintenance, things to listen for, noises your vehicle may be making that you don't know what it is. Maybe I can give a clue into it. And what I want to do is almost do a forum that you can send me your thoughts, your curiosities, and address them along the series. I see a lot of vehicles, especially in this town, mine's included. It's not 100%. But when I see people driving around actually dragging parts on their vehicle, they've got doors that don't open, there's windows that don't open and close, things that could be a safety hazard, brake lights that are burnt out, headlights that are burnt out. What to do in certain situations. When there's an accident in front of you, how to proceed through the accident zone. I know I've been in a few places that I've seen some very, very terrible accidents. I've seen semis that have gone off the road. If you don't know what a semi is because of where you live, a tractor trailer, a transport, a lorry, any of the big trucks. I've seen them go off the road and go sideways right into the trees, break the trailer right in half. I was down outside of Milwaukee one time, and I hate to admit this, I was only 14 and I was driving my dad back and forth to the VA hospitals. And we were coming out of Milwaukee, and the way their highway system is set up, the freeway is actually recessed below the residential areas so that the noise isn't as big a problem. Their on-ramps don't merge. They go for 100 yards and then there's a solid brick wall. I saw a Chevy pickup slammed straight into it. There were no skid marks. I have a feeling it was a suicide. And there was an arm hanging out of the side of the truck, and the truck was only maybe 8 or 10 foot long. So this truck shrunk by a good 8 feet at least. The only way I even knew it was a Chevrolet was the fact that the tailgate was still in one piece. But some of these things that I've seen, I've done, I've had to drive through blasting areas. I've had to drive dump trucks on the edge of a ravine. I have a little more experience with odd situations than the average person that drives around town. You know, they pick their kids up and bring them to school. They go to the grocery store. I've operated heavy equipment. I've operated excavators, bulldozers, backhoes. The list goes on and on. I want to do a series of driving, whether it's personal, commercial. It's something that I want to do more for myself, just to let people know this is something that can be extremely fun, but it can also be extremely dangerous. And how to keep within reason what you can do to have it be a safer transit from one place to another. I sit here and I keep thinking about the motorcycles, especially. My wife's cousin, he's a big bike rights fanatic, and I have no problem with somebody having rights on a motorcycle. We got into an argument, though. It came down to how loud some of the motorcycles are. His reasoning to me was loud pipes save lives. Okay, if there's a tree in the way and I hear a motorcycle coming, I'm going to be a little more aware. But when the motorcycle goes by and the operator doesn't have a helmet on and they're using the loud pipes will save my life, that helmet will do so much more to save your life than those loud pipes ever will. I see a lot of guys who drive the bikes and they just don't operate them safely. Riding wheelies down the middle of the road, weaving in and out of traffic, cutting between cars. I want to do something that I can let people know these are some of the things the motorcyclists, they may not be being safe, but here's what you can do to pay attention, to watch for them. I think I'm just going to stop here with this. Take a minute, leave a comment about something you'd like me to address, because I would like to take and have this be more interactive than just me doing like I'm doing right now. I don't want to do a monologue. I don't want to be preaching to people. I want to take and have it be, let's me and you have a talk. And if nothing else, I can give your channel a little shout out. And I'm one of those people, I like sharing my knowledge, because I'd like to think that the knowledge given to me wasn't just for me. It can be passed on to at least one other person, who then the knowledge will live on. Anyway, I'm going to call this video here. Have a great day, guys. Bye.